Press record. Lord, thank you for this week. This is a really important week. And so, Father, we're just asking for your protection and your angels and all that you have in your heart for this time. And thank you for Eran. It's amazing. Listen, I wanted to share something that's been on my heart, but then Heather Johnson texted it this morning and really emphasized the massive need for prayer this week to prevent terror attacks, especially with the American 250th anniversary coming up. Sorry for any background noise. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. I can show you an image that she sent, which is by Dearborn, Michigan. Just the masses of, you're probably aware of the massive Muslim community in Dearborn. Henry Ford, very anti-Semitic. That's what his base was. And then his publication. Anyways, long story short, they're taking to the streets, really making very clear that this is not assimilation. So it's something we've already known. And yet, I just feel like this is something that we want to really target in prayer all week long, is the importance of prayer to the prevention of any attacks on this special 250th. Okay, so I'll just show this quickly picture, and then I want to pitch to Eran, but here's the picture Heather sent. So this is Dearborn Islamic flags. Went to Maximum Islam, flooding streets, making clear they're here to conquer, not assimilate. Okay, so this is from X, but all right, well, that's that. But let's go to Eran. You're back. God
I'm
bless you.
back.
Hope you had a great time in America.
I have a wonderful time. It was amazing to be with the family, with the boys. In the World Cup, of course, it was amazing time that I have in the US. And I see the beautiful America. I think sometimes more American, I see the beautiful people and the generous people and the modest and the family people. Um, uh, Although you can see that I was in New York City again for a couple of days, it's terrible there. And it's becoming dirty, and you can see that it's changing. By the way, all the Uber driver was Muslim drivers. For me, I don't know. It was special for me, but it was there. But it was a fabulous time, and really enjoy my family and vacation, and it was a lot of generosity connect to that. So I'm feeling very good. And as I mentioned to Sharon, back to life and back to reality here in Israel very fast. The news is continue to be not easy here. We have every day, we woke up today, another officer was killed in Lebanon, and it's continue and continue and speaking about ceasefire and peace, but the soldier and Hamas and Hezbollah are continue to do what they are doing, and they are not accepting, of course. But I think that I'm very happy about this progress, and I hope that it's going to be peace and shalom, and the IDF will go back and protect Israel from the border, and it's going to be clean. And for the Lebanon people, I hope that also they are going to be living in peace and the people that for me Hezbollah, especially in Lebanon, they are cursing us, but they are also cursing their people. And I think it's connected to the thing that I want to speak with you today about that. And I prepared something. Where is that? No, this is the screen. A minute. This is the zone. This is that. Sorry about that. I'm not very technical. And Racheli. Um, okay. Thank you. Sorry. So, the portion of Shabbat is speaking about cursing and about blessings. And I think this is something that I'm thinking about a lot most of the day, about the people that cursing us and about the people that blessing us. This is something that you can say that the world is split to two things. And we see that in Numbers, this is the portion that we wrote in Shabbat 24:5. how good is your tent, and all Jacob's your dwelling places, or Israel. And we see that the journey of the Israelites is continuing in the desert. They continue to walk, and then Balak, the king of Moab, see that a huge people coming to him, and is not choosing in the way of peace, and is not choosing the way of dialogue. Is speaking to bring a prophet that will curse Israel. He was thinking that when this prophet is going to curse Israel, it's going to make the Israelites, the spirit of the Israelites, going to make weak. But God interfering again, and like every time, and is make Bilam very clear that he cannot say things unless what God is saying. What is the truth that God is saying? He can think that he can curse, but instead of cursing, he have blessings. And this blessing was speaking about the destiny of the Jewish people, about the destiny of the nation, and about how it's going to be. And this plot to hurt the Israelites becoming one of the biggest blessing in the Tanakh that we see. And Matovu Alecha Yaakov Vishkonotecha Israel, how good is your tent, becoming one of the amazing thing. By the way, you can see here something that I love very much, the difference between Jacob to Israel. Jacob is very earth, it's very connected to the ground, it's very day by day. But Israel is speaking about the tabernacle, about the place that God is, the tabernacle is there, but it's more spiritual about that. And this is the difference between them. And we understand that people can choose to curse, and people can choose to be against God, but in the end of the day, God is the one that is choosing what is the way, and He is the one that is doing the way. And a lot of empires like Moab disappear from the world, and the Israelite, the Jewish people are staying. And we see that happening these days. There is a big significant things that happen in our region here in the Middle East, and I'm taking to God about the historical peace with Lebanon that is happening. We are living with them in terrible situation forever. Uh, Lebanon was in the past the place that it was the Riviera of the Middle East. People from Israel and all over the world came to do vacations there. And because of the terror and because of these hard people that happening, they are becoming a place of terrorists. Yasser Arafat was there a lot of time. Hezbollah is there a lot of time. And again, with the hope, the soldier continue to die, and it is a heavy price. I have a very good friend that was friend of me since we have children's, and last week she lost her son. And out of the grief of losing a son, or through her eyes, my heart was broken to see the sacrifice of a mother, of a family to this. And I hope just peace will bring this, because if it's not going to peace, our soldiers continue to die. Their people will continue to die, and with blood, it's not going to be anymore. And for me, it's such a game changer when a peace thing, and a good peace, and we are not losing our things, and we have to think about it. And about the curse, I'm not worried about curses. Anti-Semitism is something that we need to fight against. But people speaking about God again. I'm speaking. I was remember when Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, was in the National Leadership Center. He said we can argue as people. People can say a lot of things about Israel and the Jewish people, but we cannot argue with God. And God say that it's your land. God promised you this land, and this is needs and supposed to be the policy of the U.S. government, and this is what we are saying. And he said that, and the ambassador said that after that. And one of the things that happened today we have an amazing day. I just landed yesterday night in Israel, and I was driving very joyfully today to Jerusalem. We have a big day there. We have 50 people that came to the JLI for a day. It is educators that came from all of Israel. It's a big network of educators. Half of them are Arabs, Muslims, and half of them are Jews. And it was amazing day to see that we spoke with them about the Bible. And you see the Arabs are fascinated by facts that they don't know the beautiful things that happen in the Bible. They don't know about, they know about Abram, but they don't know about the values, the human values that is there. And one of the things that we asked them, who knows who about the Nachshon Aminadav, the first one that jumped to the water after Moses split the Dead Sea. And one of the Arabs said, I will be the next Nachshon of the Arab society that will fight with against terror. And the Arab society is terrible nowadays. There's a lot of violence, a lot of people killing inside the Arabs, Israeli. It's very hard, and it's breaking my heart again to see people that wants to live and to smile and to educate, they're killing each other because of hateness. And today in Jerusalem, Muslims and Jewish were sitting together and thinking about how it's going to be the next year of education in their system. They are in charge of more than 10,000 students. And they was thinking today in the Jerusalem Leadership Institute, through the Bible, to the stories of Abraham, to the stories of Nachshon Abinadab, through Deborah, how they are going to solve the problem. And for me, the children of Abraham sitting under the same roof, speaking about their future, and there is huge gaps there. It's huge gap between Arabs and Muslims, and Israelis. It's a huge gap, Jewish. But if you are building a safe area, a safe zone, that taking them from the places that they are living, and not with the hatred, and not with the propaganda, and all with the media and TikTok and stuff. By the way, both sides, Jewish and Arabs, it's not just the fault of the Arabs that they are thinking like that. And you are putting them in the same room, in a nice environment, in a beautiful environment, and speaking with them about how we can live together through the Bible, and everything is quiet, and people are know to remember how to communicate between each other, because in Israel, I don't know how it's in the state. If you don't agree with me, you're becoming my enemy. And we need to change this thing in Israel. We need to change how we are speaking to each other, how we honoring each other. And if we are communicate with them, love your neighbor, and speaking about mutual responsibility, is the mutual responsibility of the normal people that want to live, that want to worship their God, wants to that their children will be safe, don't want to send their children to battle, don't want to deal with post-trauma. Both sides. And I think one of the blessings that I have in my life, is the ability to build places that the environment of God is inside, because God said, I create you in my own image. He didn't say you are black, you are white, you are tall, you are short, you are Jewish, you are Muslim. No, he said in my image. And if people are accepting the rules that you can speak about everything, but with honor and with love each other, I think if we can contribute this small thing to the Israeli society, it's a bless. And we're speaking with them about life purpose, and their life purpose is to raise their children in a different area. We're speaking about connecting to the roots. We are speaking about Abraham as our father. They are speaking about Abraham as a friend, as their father, and they are speaking about faith. We are speaking about our faith. They are speaking about their faith. But I think people that understand that God is leading them, or know to read the Quran in a different way, that it's not called to hate and murder and kill all the Jewish people. If you are looking in the good things, we can create a better society, a different society. And I think this is our job and obligation to the next generation, to say yes to peace agreement, to say yes to dialogues, to say yes to connecting between people, because we are human beings. And the dark people and the terrible people, they are the people that cannot be in the center. The minority of the people is the people that looking in the future as well. So we created a place in JLI that everybody can come. It's a safe area for Arab Israelis also, because they can come and go, nobody say to them. And they came and joined together, hands together, the children of Abraham, looking for the future, and say, God, everybody to his God, but God, we want to do it different. And they look in the Jewish people and the Arab people, and they feel equal. And they say that this is the first time that we are sitting in the room. We are educators, you are educators. We are feeling that Arabs and Jewish are the same level. And this is the way that I think God would love us to search for peace, to search for a different environment, not to hate, not to kill. And I think that, and this is something that connects to all of us, is the beautiful verse from Genesis 12:3. I will bless those who bless you, and I will never curse you, I will curse. And I think if we understand that we we that speaking here in this conversation, we are brothers and sisters, and we are bless each other, we are going to be blessed. And the others that cursing us and want that all of us, by the way, not be vanished in the world, they are going to vanish in the world anyway, like Moab. Moab is not existing, and we are existing, and we are going to continue to exist by walking with faith, walking with God, and walking by love. And we have to love ourselves, and we have to love others. We have to make a dialogue, and we need to look in the young generation and say to them, to hope and pray that they are not going to war anymore, and they are not going to die, and they are not going to suffer from post-trauma. They are going to live their own life, but instead of there is sacrifice of us to be a little bit more humble and don't say, okay, we are the IDF is the best, and we are no. We have to look in the eyes and be very human. And if we are going to motivate by love and not hate, the world is going to be different. And this, I think today I was standing for 3 hours and see Muslims and Jewish people are communicate and they not agree, but they are agree that they not agree. And this is a beautiful thing for me. And if we can be the house of peace and the house of healing, and the basic thing is that if we are communicate God and Bible, we can be the house for all the good things that so desperately needed today in Israel. And I'm proud to be part of that. And I'm thank you very much for your support and praying with us. And I think that this house was building brick by brick with love, with sacrifice, with bleeding, with tears, but with a lot of hope for the future. And I think when I said last time, I think when Hatta Johnston started the journey, didn't know what it's going to be, and it's becoming a healing center. I think it's becoming a healing center, but it's becoming also a peace center for people love themselves, love God, and love others. And if we can provide that to the world, what else? It's such a bless for us. So thank you very much for that, Patricia.
Wow, that's so good. That's very, very good. I have two questions for you, if you don't mind.